Ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids across our beloved empire. It's great to be in the empire today. It's not great for internet purposes, but this is Arnold Howlett News, the only news you're ever gonna need. Because you have no other choice, and probably because of how bad the internet's been lately, you might get this video 10 years from now, but we're gonna be talking about what I think is actually a fairly nice Omicron rework update to Embo, one of our Lord and Savior cornerstone memes inside of the Kyber Club. Now, I know I've been a little bit quiet. Internet's been horrible lately. Can't stream or do anything. So hopefully this hits your holopad transmission fairly quickly here. Embo's getting a nice little touch up. But the only down to this, it's going to be for Territory Wars. And Territory War Omicron's I'm very biased. I think Grand Arena is more important in the game right now. I don't think you're going to find many people disagree with that notion, but I feel like this Omicron, even though it's for Territories, it actually looks like a nice staple, almost maybe to a degree of how like Zam was for the Bountyers in Grand Arena. Embo Omicron might be nice for Territories, and more importantly, Boba Fett's sign of Django. And yes, I know Boba Fett's sign of Django, he's okay. I'm just flat out honest. I don't think he's as amazing as Maul or Commander Ahsoka Tano, but yes, in Territories, he is kind of a serious deal. I think Embo might make it even more of a serious deal. And on top of it, I've been getting a lot of questions. While I can't stream, I read a lot of comments, people asking, when's the next Inquisitor? We have no intel. The next Inquisitorious member coming to Galaxy of Heroes. It's been 2 weeks since the Ninth Sister. I would have thought by today we would have had the next one, but as of now, we don't know anything else about the future of the Inquisitorious, with the Ninth Sister kind of being the best thing to come out of the Inquisitorious. Not saying a lot, but at least she's usable more so than the Second Sister. Let's go and hop on over to the forums and show ya what this Embo Omicron has. I've been a fan of the Omicrons for the most part because they're adding some, not all. Some have a good degree of viability with the Omicron, and a lot of these are forced requirements for Galactic Legends. Phasma, Rose, Zam, Embo, obviously the most important thing to Lord Vader's storyline. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't ask for Relic 9 Embo, because that's how important he was to the Lord Vader storyline. But nonetheless, besides storylines, let's take a look at the changes marked in green. I gotta say, I am quite surprised there's no Inquisitorious member being announced today. I guess time will tell. Maybe, hey, you know, it's only 4 o'clock over there. By the time you're seeing this, it'll probably be the next day. But anyways, unique ability, the way of the Kyozo. And let's do a little refresher. As you guys may know, Embo can't be critically hit on his unique ability when he's got that Zeta. And while Embo has protection, he gains 30% offense, which is nice. But while Embo has no protection, he gains 30% critical chance. And when Embo receives damage from an enemy's attack, if he has no protection, he gains foresight for 2/3. Okay, we already know about that, or you should, because he's one of the patron saints of the Kyber Club. Territory Wars. Omicron, this is where it starts kicking in. My mis amigos here. Bounty Hunters, allies gain 40% max protection. Hold on to that thought. That already sounds like a lot. It's going to be even more when you consider a few other things that are going on in the game. At the end of Embo's turn, Bounty Hunter allies recover protection equal to 25% of Embo's max protection, and you already want to be modding Embo for a lot of protection, because one of his abilities is kind of it's kind of connected to how much protection the guy has, and it's also doubled for Embo. So Embo's gonna get 50% protection recovery on him, and while Embo has protection, all Bounty Hunter allies gain 30% defense and 5% turn meter whenever a Bounty Hunter ally receives damage while debuff. I can't help but imagine this is meant to be, I'm not sure if it's going to be as drastic as Zam, but I can't help but imagine this was designed for Boba Fett's sign of Django team. Because one thing, Fennec Shan, she gives the overprepared debuff to everyone, so that right there is a debuff that she inflicts on her own team. That's going to supercharge the team in regards to the variety of ways that overprepared already inflicts the team. But if we get that overprepared on our team, getting 5% turn whenever a Bounty Hunter ally receives damage while being debuffed, that could be a constant 25% turn meter push to the Boba Fett team. Let's go ahead and check out some of this so you guys can kind of see where I'm getting at. I don't want to open up the can of worms on Territories, but just imagine for a moment that Territories is just as important as Grand Arena Omicron. So let's take a few peeky peeks at what we got to keep in mind with this Embo. You know, I got to say, I feel slightly tempted to Omicron this, because I use Bounty Hunters even outside of Boba Fett's sign of Django for a variety of stuff here. take a look at Dangerous Reputation here. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go all the way down to the bottom. So you're already getting, what is that? 50% mastery, 30% potency, max health, and max protection. Amplify that with Embo. And that's another, what was it? They recovered 25% protection, but they're also getting 40% max protection. So you're gonna get a nice 30% there. You're gonna get a nice 40% from Embo. This team is already gonna be kind of durable on top of that. And keep in mind as well, Boba Fett SWGoH gains an additional 60 speed and 100% max health and max protection. So Boba Fett is gonna be a lot more durable. And the fact that now you're gonna be able to recover protection more passively, because right now you don't got a ton of ways to recover protection with bounty hunters unless you do things like boss bleed or you get grief cargan at the right time. But being able to have a passive way to keep topping off the protection, whoa, that sounds like a lot of fun if you ask me. And there's a lot of easy ways to get debuffs on your teams, damage over times, for example, if you're going up against Lord Vaders. But let's take a look at Fennec Shand. Ooh, what does this do right here? All dark side scoundrel allies are getting overconfident, and pretty much all the bounty hunters are dark side, with the exception of 2 in the game. And as we know, with overconfident, it's a debuff being applied to the team, and that's already increasing the offense, increasing your speed, increasing your evasion. Of course, you're losing some defense, but once Fennec Shand opens up and gets this going, you're going to be debuffed right out the get-go. And if someone's doing AoEs or multi-attack basic abilities on your bounty hunters, you're going to be getting a nice chunk of turn meter fed to the bounty hunter team because of that Embo Omicron ability. So there's a few things going on here. Embo's acting as a way to make your team a lot more durable. Not just a little bit more durable, a lot more durable. Ways to recover that durability a lot more, and ways of getting a nice steady stream of turn meter being fed to your team. One thing I may be hoping for, let's just say for the fact of the matter, that Boba Fett SWGoH, he's great in offense, can take out a variety of Galactic Legends, which I have, and also I've had some bad days where I couldn't quite make it happen. But let's just say it's always working. One of the big downsides of Boba Fett SWGoH, he's not an amazing defensive team because there's a lot of ways to outrun him with Mara Jade, Imperial Troopers. I would like to see Embo maybe make him a little bit more durable. The Boba Fett SWGoH team more usable on defense inside of Territory Wars, or at the very minimum, making offensive runs a lot better. Because right now you kind of got 2 different ways of running Boba Fett SWGoH. You got Boba Fett with the bounty hunters, so things like Grief, Mando, Boss for that matter, or you got Boba Fett SWGoH with the Mandalorian's crew, the Beskar Armor Mando crew. So Bam, Queel, IG-11. Of course, the one downside of this Omicron is that you won't be able to make it work with the Beskar Mando crew because they aren't bounty hunters. But as you're seeing, I tend to like the bounty hunter lineup a little bit better than the Beskar Armor Mando crew. Again, they're both fine, just for the sake of the argument for the time being. Or let's just take it a step further. You got things like Boss Bleed. Let's just say you're one of those people that do not have it yet. Keep in mind, you can still make use of this even without Boba Fett SWGoH, because bounty hunters in the right situations, they can counter General Anakin Skywalkers, they can counter Darth Revan teams, and a variety of other nice teams you're going to see in territories quite frequently. And Embo, sometimes he's not a bad 5th member to plug in, especially if you already have him geared up for Lord Vader. But things like Boss Bleed, for example, all bounty hunters are already getting 50% max protection and ways to recover that protection through the Boss Bleed. Take that 50%, take Embo's 40%. Whew. Boss-led teams are going to be so durable. So point being is, I actually quite like this Omicron. Yeah, I wish it was Grand Arena. Man, if this was Grand Arena, I would be slapping on this Omicron in a heartbeat, because I would love to make a lot of use out of Embo, a bit more so than I feel like I already am. So I will have to wait and see what it does. I have a feeling, though, if you rely on a lot of bounty hunter-based things, I don't see this as being a bad one. It kind of reminds me of Zam Wessel. And you might argue in some ways it could be better than Zam Wessel, because Zam Wessel, yeah, you get a big speed boost. But if you get outran, that's kind of game, set, match. But here, at least you got ways to try to keep up with some turn meter gains, keeping the team a lot more durable. All that protection increase with Boba Fett lead, Boss lead, throw in Embo. Oh, this seems like one tough nut to crack, ladies and gentlemen, Gungs and Droids. So that's going to be it for today. Hopefully this does not take 5 hours to upload. I greatly apologize that we have not been able to stream our Grand Arena the past few days. They tell me that wherever repairs they're doing 5 million miles away from here, they're going to be resolved shortly, but We'll see how that goes. They keep telling me, oh, tomorrow. But in the meantime, I hope you guys are still enjoying your time here at the Kyber Club, because it's open 25 for one extra hour, one extra day of partying. All right, let me know your thoughts of Embo down below in the comments. Is one of our patron saints of the Kyber Club going to become a lot more usable? I think so. But as always, I love hearing what you guys have to say. Hopefully we have our live stream tomorrow. I'll keep you guys up to date if there's an Inquisitor around the corner. But always remember, ladies and gentlemen, gungs and droids, that it's great to be, even with internet problems, to be in the Empire today. I'll see you later.